Welcome to the Scalpel of Truth podcast, the members-only inner circle club for VIP bachachos, with your host, Leisa Krauss, the bitchin' beautician, also known as the Profit Queen. And don't worry, the cursing and salty language is already included in your club fees. As a business consultant with over 30 years in the industry, Leisa is a no-nonsense profit strategist, international speaker, motivational sales trainer, and thought leader. Known for her bold, unapologetic style, she coaches med spa owners, managers, and providers all over the world to become high-end profit powerhouses. Her practice growth strategies are sharp, her stories even sharper, and her panache for bringing the spice, the sharpest. So get ready to transform your practice into a wildly successful luxury brand. Buckle up, bachachos. Leisa is about to slice and dice another episode of The Scalpel of Truth.
Welcome back to the Scalpel of Truth podcast. I'm your host, Leisa Krauss, Leisa the bitchin' beautician, your profit strategist, and the woman out here cutting through the industry noise with a diamond-sharpened scalpel of truth, if you will, that most people can't handle, but high achievers absolutely live for. Which leads me into today's topic. I'm slicing into the topic that has the power to expose character faster than any skill, KPI, or resume ever will, and that topic is accountability. Why it feels like an attack to a paycheck collector, and why it feels like professional oxygen to a revenue-generating business builder. Here's the legal part I need to read. This podcast is presented solely for educational entertainment purposes. Guys, I'm just your beauty business bitch. I'm not a licensed therapist or an HR representative, nor am I a lawyer. This platform's used to share my experiences with what's made me a successful service provider, a manager, and a business consultant for those who I coach. Got it? Beautiful. Let's open this conversation bluntly. The only people who get offended by accountability are the ones who are guilty of avoiding it altogether. And if the word accountability makes someone defensive, irritated, or personally attacked, it's because accountability threatens the comfort zone they've been fucking sleeping in. It shines a light on the work they haven't been doing. It highlights gaps they've hoped you wouldn't notice. And it removes the excuses and exposes their entitlement. But when you're a high achiever, a revenue-generating business builder, accountability feels like empowerment. It feels like structure. It feels like alignment. It feels like the standard of practice you've already built your professional identity around. High achievers love accountability because it validates their consistency, their discipline, and their integrity. It proves that they're the person they say they are. Revenue-generating business builders know what it means to work hard, to bring real value, to be worth what they're paid, and often not to be paid enough for the value they actually bring. These people thrive on being counted on. They thrive on follow-through, excellence. Accountability isn't punishment to them. It's actually a compliment. But for a paycheck collector, oh, bitch, accountability is a threat. It's a mirror they don't want to look into. They fear accountability because it reveals effort that they are not putting any in. It exposes consistency, which they lack. It demands follow-through, which they avoid. It removes escape routes, which they rely on. And it highlights entitlement, which is what they're attached to. This is why in every practice I work with around the world, the high achievers love everything I have to say about accountability. They nod, they implement, they screenshot, they thrive. And the paycheck collectors, they're the offenders of the offense. So they're offended. They get dramatic. They try and spin a narrative to avoid being seen. And let's just say they are not Leisa Krauss fans. But here's the truth, guys. In 2026, it's the year of accountability. And it becomes a non-negotiable for the medical aesthetic practices that want to reach six figures and beyond. It's not optional. It's not when I feel like it. It's not when it's easy. It's a standard, a requirement, a leadership pillar. If you're already loving this conversation, it's because you're a revenue-generating business builder. If anything I'm saying makes you uncomfortable, you know exactly why. In the inner circle portion of this podcast, I am diving deep where we turn accountability from a concept into your 2026 culture. Because the real truth here is you can't build $1 million practice with people who operate at minimum wage mindset. You cannot scale a practice when you're dragging boat anchors disguised as employees and contractors. And here's the key pearl. Accountability does not create tension, it reveals it. The tension was already there. Accountability just turns the lights on. So if you're ready to scale to a 7-figure practice and beyond, you want to dive into the show notes, head over to thescalpeloftruth.com, get yourself signed up for the member portion of this podcast. For my VIPs who are already members, you know what fucking time it is. Let's go.
Don't want to wait to see things stay the way they are.